Hello students, I hope you all are doing well and studying at your home. So welcome back to your online classes from LPM Public School, which is situated in Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. This is your subject teacher of computer, and in today's video I would like to continue the same chapter that we had started in our previous video. So students, firstly take out your computer book IT Vision, which is look like this, and open chapter 4, page number 26. Okay, now students, tell me what's the name of chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the computer mouse. Okay, so our chapter name is the computer mouse. Okay, so students, as you all know, in our previous video we had covered some topics of this chapter such as computer mouse. Okay, so we had learned that how a computer mouse looks like, and we had also learned about mouse buttons. Okay, so computer mouse buttons. Okay, and we had also learned about the how how a person will hold a mouse. Okay, so how a right-handed person will hold a mouse and how a left-handed person will hold a mouse. Okay, so students, in a series of mouse buttons we had learned that there are two buttons in a mouse. Okay, so how many buttons in a mouse, students? So there are two buttons in a mouse. So left button, right button. Okay, two buttons. First one is left button and second one is right button. Okay, and there is a scroll wheel in the middle of the left and right buttons. Okay, and there is a tail like wire which attached to the CPU cabinet. Okay, so students, now turn your page and come on the page number 28. On the page number 28, students, and here you will see on the page number 28 the first heading is mouse pointer. Okay, so now we will learn about the mouse pointer. Okay, as you can see, this little arrow symbol is called mouse pointer. Okay, as you can see in your book, students, look at this is called mouse pointer. Okay, this little arrow is called mouse pointer. Okay, so let's read, students. Okay, so let's read with me, and I'm gonna explain you. So firstly, students, listen to me carefully. Okay, so that you can understand that how I'm pronouncing every single word of this chapter. Okay, okay, so put finger on the first line. Okay, you have read in the previous chapter that a computer mouse is used to point at any item. Okay, so students, as you all know, in our previous chapter we had learned about the parts of a computer. Okay, so we had learned that there are two types of parts. So first one is main parts of a computer, and the second one is other part of computer. So the mouse is one of the main parts of a computer. Okay, and mouse is also called a pointing device. Okay, so why it is called a pointing device? So students, a mouse called pointing device because we use a mouse to point any items in the computer. Okay, so that is why mouse is called the pointing device. Okay, because we use a mouse to point at any item. Okay, is that clear? The slanting arrow that appears on the monitor when you move the mouse is called the mouse pointer. Okay, so a slanting arrow like this. Okay, a slanting arrow you can see appearing on the monitor screen when you move the mouse. Okay, so when you hold your mouse and when you move your mouse, you will find that it will appear on the monitor screen slanting arrow like this. Okay, so it is called the mouse pointer. Okay, so this slanting arrow called the mouse pointer. Is that clear, students? So remember this word, mouse pointer. So what is a mouse pointer? So this slanting arrow is called mouse pointer. Okay, this slanting arrow is called mouse pointer. Okay, is that clear? As you move the mouse, the pointer also moves on the screen. Okay, so when you move your mouse, okay, here and there, so your mouse pointer also moves in the same direction. Okay, is that clear? Now students, look at this box. Here activity is given for you. So this is your activity work that you have to do. Okay, so what you have to do, let's see. Join the dots, color the figure as you wish. Students, you have to join these dots. Okay, you have to join these dots and you have to complete the picture of this mouse. Okay, by joining these dots. Is that clear? You have to complete this picture of mouse by joining these dots. Is that clear? And you have to color the picture of mouse in your favorite colors. Okay, you can color this mouse in any color that you wish. Okay, so students, this is you have to complete this. Okay, now come on the next heading, and the next heading is actions of mouse buttons. Okay, actions of mouse buttons. So you all know what is the meaning of actions. So action means work. Okay, action means work. Okay, or function. Okay, action means work or functions. And mouse buttons, you all know the mouse buttons. So the two buttons, left and right buttons that are present in the mouse are called mouse buttons. Okay, so here we are talking about the that two buttons that are present on the mouse. Okay, left button and right button. Okay, is that clear? So that is called the mouse buttons. Okay, and now we will read about the mouse buttons work. Okay, the function of mouse button. Okay, so the heading is actions of mouse buttons. Okay, so now we will read about the functions and the actions of the mouse buttons. Okay, so let's read. Put finger on the first line. Mouse buttons help you to do important actions. When you press a mouse button, you can hear a click sound. Let us learn about the 4 actions of mouse buttons. Okay, so students, mouse buttons help you to do important actions. So any action that you want to do on a computer, the mouse button will help you to do so. Okay, if you want to do any action without the help of mouse buttons, you cannot do. Okay, so any actions that you want to do on a computer, you need to take the help of mouse button. Okay, so it will let you to do any actions on the monitor screen on the computer. Okay, when you press a mouse button, you can hear a click sound. Okay, so when you press the mouse button, okay, whether it is left button or right button, you will press any button, you will hear a click sound. Okay, you will hear a sound. Okay, and the sound is click. Okay, you will hear a click sound. Okay, let us learn about the 4 actions of mouse buttons. Okay, so now in our further reading, in the further chapter, okay, in the further reading, we will learn about the 4 actions, okay, of the mouse buttons. Okay, so what is the first actions of mouse button, students? The first action of this mouse button is click. Okay, the first action of this mouse button is click, as you can see in this picture. Look at this picture, students. As you can see, if anyone will press the mouse button, okay, here a sound will you can hear a sound, and the sound is click. Okay, the sound of click you can hear. Okay, is that clear? So let's start reading with the first line. Pressing the left mouse button once is called click or left click. A left click selects an item on the monitor. Okay, so if you will press the left mouse button, okay, if you will press the left mouse button once. Okay, if you will press the left mouse button once, it means one time, so it will called the click. Okay, or it will called the left click. Okay, a left click selects an item on the monitor. Okay, and if you want to select any item, so what you have to do, you have to press the left button on the you have to press the left mouse button once. Okay, at one time. Is that clear? So students, now we had learned about the mouse pointer. Okay, so today we had learned about the mouse pointer, and we had also learned about the actions of mouse button. Okay, so we don't have learned about the all actions of mouse button, so we had learned only one action of mouse button. Okay, so what the action we had learned about, we had learned that click. Okay, we had learned only click action of the mouse button. Okay, so we had learned about the left click. Okay, so we can select any item on the monitor by clicking the left button. Is that clear? So students, in the further chapter we will read in the next video lesson. Till then, bye bye, take care of yourself students.